All right, I hope this works because I'm having the worst time with this phone tonight and trying to record how to do this stitch. All right, so the first thing we are going to do for this little guy we are going to repair his, as you can see, his little elbow has gone missing. We need to give him a new elbow. Now he has this little hole here, which is where the thread was, and this little hole here. So, which is nice because that helps me be able to get the elbow right where it was before. All right, now everybody has their own thread that they like to use. For my fair skinned cabbies, I like using ballet thread. Ballet thread is a nylon thread, and it is very, very, very strong and nice and thick. So what we're going to do is, I don't need a whole lot for the elbow. So I'm going to cut some off here. I try to go live, but I need a better cell phone tripod. And I'm just going to have to go to Best Buy and see what I can find, because the tripod I got at Walmart is just awful. It's awful. It's just not going to work for what I need. Especially when I'm going to be doing more tutorial videos for y'all. Alright. Now what I want to do is, I got it through the thread, as you see right here. So now what I want to do is, I want to tie the end. Okay. I'm going to do it several times. There's one loop, put it in one time. Now I'm going to put it in another time. It's a little tricky. See that? And take my nail, move it down, and then take my nail again, move it this way. And you see that nice knot? Okay, that's a nice knot. We want the knot big enough so that the thread doesn't go all the way through the arm, but we also want it small enough that it doesn't stick out too far. Let's put it on here. Okay. So Ronald's set for his elbow. I'm very excited. Hopefully I've got the knot big enough. We're going to take a test run and see. Alright, so this is where the original hole was, right here. You see that little hole? So we're going to put it through the same hole. And then we're going to navigate it through the other original hole. There we go. See? Now if you notice, it's not straight vertical, or I mean horizontal. It's kind of at an angle, just like the other elbow was. All right, so we're going to pull it through. And I'm trying to do this video as close up as I can, so you can really see what I'm doing. And I'm pulling it through. Okay. Now I don't want to pull too tight, not just yet. Now I'm going to take my thread again. By the way, I'm using an upholstery needle just because my fine motor skills are not the best. A lot of more experienced doll restorers and doll makers like the thinner needles because you can bend them, but I'm not that experienced. So to make sure that I do it right and my work looks good, I have to use a bigger needle. All right, now I'm going to put it right, literally right next, not in the quite exact same hole, but very, 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 very close to where I originally had it going through. And then might take me a minute to get the needle where I want it. Oops, almost. There we go, right there. And I'm going to pull it through again. You see how it's starting to pull taut? Don't want to pull it too tight just yet because I don't want to pull that knot all the way through. Okay. And I left a tail here for a reason, and you're going to see why. Because when we end, we're going to tie it with this piece of thread. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to go to the other side of the knot, of this side right here. Very, very close, very right next to where I originally had it. And then again, oops, pull it through the hole. All right. I'm going to start pulling a little bit. See how pretty that is? Purdy, purdy. Ron is very excited. He's going to be able to bend his elbow. All right, last time, I'm going to go put it through again. This time, I'm going to go right on this section, okay? Do the same, as close to the same hole as possible. And move his arm over so you can see where I'm going with it. And you may have to pull the needle back in and out a couple times till you get to where you want it to go. Oops. Oh, come on, Denise. There it goes. Bingo. And we're going to pull it through. All right. And now don't pull too tight because you want it to be, you know, equal to the other side. Yeah, that looks good. And that looks good. Now we're going to tie it. So you've got your end of your end here. You switch them over. Your end here. And now I'm going to tie it. I'm going to use the longer length because I can navigate it easier. Oops. And I'm going to put it through again. What this does, when you do it like this, you're doing basically a double or a triple square knot. I'm going to do a triple. It just makes it tighter and less likely to come loose. I'm having issues tonight, y'all. I think it's just because I'm overtired. I've had a long day. But I want to get this little man home. He misses his daddy and his family. All right. Oops. That was weird. Come on, go through the hole for me, please. Now y'all seen firsthand about my fine motor skill. Okay, now I've got it in my triple, and I'm just going to pull. Oh, darn it, I just lost it. more time. One. There we go. Oh, okay. Got my triple knot, and I'm going to pull. Perfect. Making sure that I got that nice and tight. And it's nice and tight. And then we're going to cut very, 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 very close to the knot. And now, there we go. And his elbow's fixed. Ta-da! Ta-da! All right. And the other thing that we had, his little wrist, I checked, and it's actually, the threading is coming loose a little bit. I'm so tired tonight too. And so I'm going to do a different video because this is the little hand that I need to repair. I wanted to keep the original thread if I can, and I really want to try and do that, but unfortunately I can already tell that it's coming loose right here, which is not good. So more than likely I'm going to have to completely replace this thread because of that. His other hand looks really good. It's almost like yeah, it did. It came loose from this little hole right here. So that means I'm going to have to replace that. And I think this thread is going to be too dark. So I'm going to have to look through my stash and see if I have some thread this color to do the little wrist. The elbow doesn't matter because most of it's all on the inside, but this shows more. And then definitely his belly button needs to be repaired. His belly button's not supposed to look like that at all, not even close. And so we're going to fix his belly button and repair it correctly. So we've got 2 more major stitches that we need to do, and it is really late at night after spending time with my son for Valentine's Day, and I want to do this right, and I want to have a good video to show you guys how to do this, and then also how to do the wrist. So we're going to call it a night, and I'm going to get Ronald's jammies on because we have a trip tomorrow. We were going to go to the beach, but we're actually going to go to the Florida caverns in Defuniak Springs and explore the caves. And Ronald's going with us. How fun is that? Yes. So anyway, I'm glad that I was at least able to get his little elbow restitched and fixed. And I'm going to trim up a little bit more of that thread because it's still a little too long. And then tomorrow we'll do his wrist and we'll do his belly button. So until tomorrow, y'all have a good night. Bye.